At the Watkins Glen race, tensions hit a boiling point when racing star Kyle Larson got into a fight with Dillon after the two of them were thrown off course by a crash. The high-speed drama played out on the track, leaving Larson fuming and fans on the edge of their seats. Join us on NASCAR Zone as we explore the recent Hendrick Motorsports driver collision. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. In a dramatic turn of events, William Byron emerged victorious in the Cup Series race at Watkins Glen, setting the stage for a day filled with contrasting emotions for Kyle Larson. As the race unfolded, Larson's aspirations took a disheartening hit due to a combination of unfavorable outcomes and a crucial collision with Austin Dillon on the pivotal final lap. Guiding the number 5 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 with determination, Larson embarked on the race weekend fueled by optimism and a desire to replicate the triumphs of the previous year. He had etched his name in the record books by securing wins in both the Xfinity and Cup Series events, and this year presented an opportunity to etch another chapter of success. Yet, the racing fates had their own script to write this time. Hendrick Motorsports encountered a formidable challenge as 3 out of their 4 cars grappled with disappointing finishes. Larson found himself ensnared in this streak of misfortune. Despite his hopes to be a contender alongside the leaders, he ultimately crossed the finish line in the 26th position, falling short of his ambitions. Reflecting on his performance, Larson expressed his frustration to Front Stretch, admitting,
we just had another really good car here, and the race was just playing out how it was playing out, and we were able to run those guys down, and then I just sped on pit road and killed our race from there. So pretty upset with myself once again, but another fast car.
The closing chapter of the race unraveled as Larson steered his number 5 Chevrolet into the last turn, a sequence destined to be etched into the annals of racing history. In a flurry of high-stakes action, Larson's vehicle made contact with the number 3 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 driven by Austin Dillon. The impact triggered an intense sequence of events, causing both cars to lose control and spiral down the ranks of the pack. Recounting the incident, Larson said he was upset.
Yeah, he was upset. I kind of dive-bombed him in the bus stop as I was coming through the pack, and thankfully he left me room because we would have crashed then. And then, a handful of laps later, he got upset exiting the bus stop, and I had to run and just nudged him a little bit up off the bottom, and I guess that really ticked him off. So he got into me in turn 10, and I really honestly wasn't even trying to crash him in the last corner. I was just trying to maintain leverage into the final corner there, and got in hot and hit him and crashed. So just a frustrating result to what was going to be a good day.
Amidst the aftermath of the collision and the intense emotions that followed, the looming presence of the playoffs in the upcoming final Cup Series race at Daytona cast a shadow over Larson's thoughts. In a moment of introspection, he expressed his earnest desire to rectify his errors and learn from his experiences.
I know we still have Daytona left before the playoffs, but are you going to be relieved, or is the pressure going to be more on when the playoffs begin for you?
I don't know. I just got to quit, screwing up and making little mistakes that turn into big ones.
Talking about the other Hendrick Motorsports driver, William Byron, had been looking forward to this one for a long time. The Hendrick Motorsports star has been on a roll in 2023, showing enough speed and smarts to make him one of the favorites to win the Cup Series championship. He had already won 4 races before Sunday's race at the Glen. Cars were afraid of him because they couldn't compete with the beautiful chaos coming from under Byron's hood. He had never won on a road track though. That is, until now. Let's take a look at the Watkins Glen race. The Watkins Glen race featured Brad Keselowski and Corey LaJoie among those relegated to starting from the back due to unapproved car changes discovered by NASCAR before the race. This proved particularly challenging for LaJoie, who was originally slated to begin in the 10th position. The event commenced with the singing of the Canadian and American national anthems. The action began at Watkins Mill with Denny Hamlin and Michael McDowell vying for the top position as they navigated the back straightaway. McDowell succeeded in taking the lead, expertly maneuvering the number 34 car through the S's before executing a pass in Turn 1. Subsequently, William Byron swiftly overtook the number 11 car, demoting Hamlin to third place. Hamlin's position could have worsened if not for his maneuver to block Ty Gibbs, preventing a further drop in position. A moment of drama ensued as Daniel Suarez spun out. It appeared that he had gone over a curb, causing dust to scatter across the track. Fortunately, he narrowly avoided a significant collision with the inner wall, but his position fell considerably, placing him in the 20s on the leaderboard. As the race progressed, green flag pit stops came into play. Competitors such as Daniel Suarez, Martin Truex Jr., and Ryan Blaney smoothly made their way into pit road for tire replacements and additional fuel. With only 3 laps left in the first stage, it's important to note that Watkins Glen lacks designated stage breaks. This underscores the significance of strategic decisions, as contenders in the playoff race aim to accumulate as many stage points as possible. Stage 1 concluded with McDowell securing the victory and the crucial playoff point. Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace, and A.J. Allmendinger also clinched valuable stage points, an essential feat as all 3 contenders strive to qualify for the playoffs. McDowell receives a drive-through penalty due to traversing 5 different pit boxes instead of the allowed 4 during his pit stop. As a result, Byron takes the lead, with the number 34 car making its way down pit road at a regulated speed. Byron assumes the lead, enjoying a 1-second advantage over Hamlin. However, it's another standout from Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott, who's making remarkable progress on the track. Elliott climbs to 7th place, overtaking Keselowski, who has yet to make his pit stop after 3 laps. Gibbs is performing exceptionally well, holding the 3rd position and trailing the leader Byron by 1.5 seconds. The primary focus for the number 54 car is to secure a victory and thereby secure a spot in the playoffs. The second stage is nearing its conclusion, with just 5 laps left. Byron emerges as the winner of Stage 2, marking his 8th stage win in the current season. A lapped car presents challenges for Hamlin, who is experiencing significant pressure from his Joe Gibbs Racing (JGR) teammate Gibbs. Wallace's performance throughout the race has been consistently strong. However, there's a notable obstacle. Gibbs, Elliott, and Allmendinger are all positioned ahead of him. For the number 23 car, a favorable outcome would involve a win by Byron, Hamlin, Kyle Larson, or another playoff contender. Such an outcome would put Wallace in a favorable position heading into Daytona, a track where he has secured 2nd place 3 times before. A caution emerges, symbolized by the first Canary pennant of the day. The cause is Elliott, who has run out of fuel. Elliott now requires a sudden death victory at Daytona to progress. The situation worsens for Hendrick Motorsports as Larson, who had surged into the top 3, receives a penalty for an excessively fast pit road exit. The mistake appears to have originated from crew chief Alan Gustafson, who incorrectly informed Elliott that he had 3 laps worth of fuel remaining. Regrettably, this data turned out to be inaccurate. Consequently, Elliott's hopes of securing a spot in the playoffs are fading away. We're back to racing at Watkins Glen. Byron is leading the pack, followed closely by Hamlin. Allmendinger is putting in a strong effort from the 4th position. With 20 laps left, Byron maintains his lead, holding a lead of approximately 1.5 seconds over Hamlin. Allmendinger, the nearest contender outside the playoff picture, occupies the 4th position. While there's still a significant portion of the race to unfold, Byron's performance at the Glen is offering a small glimmer of positivity for Hendrick Motorsports on an otherwise challenging day. Eric Almirola experiences a spin on the track. It appears he lost grip at the turn, causing his car to spin like a top. Fortunately, he managed to regain control and continue without necessitating a caution period. McDowell encounters an engine issue. Despite having made his way into the top 10, it seems his race will conclude at the back of the field as the event nears its conclusion. Byron is in an excellent position with just 2 laps to go. It appears he's on track to secure his 5th victory of the year. This achievement should secure a postseason spot for Keselowski and Kevin Harvick based on points. As for Wallace, He seems well positioned to remain above the cutoff line for playoff qualification. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.